welcome to today's video featuring Bob the Builder, wannabe Jenna Marbles, I mean, you name it. As many of you guys know, the Grammys happened this past weekend, and for the most part with award shows, I'm pretty good with who wins, who loses. You know, like you win some, you lose some. It's whatever. However, with that being said, there are some that I just cannot accept at all. And I'm not even talking about this year. I'm talking about years of awards that I'm still confused by. So I figured today we are going to try to build a Grammy for those artists, for those albums, those songs that just deserve one. Hopefully this goes better than than I'm expecting it to. I've already started, right? I built the base of our Grammy. This is what we have going so far. Before we get started, let's dedicate our base to the album that really started it all for me, that made me start questioning a lot of things. And that would be the album Anti, because I'm still confused. How did it not win one Grammy? Kiss It Better does not exist for it to not be recognized. That song still goes hard. You know what? You know what? Okay, so let's talk about this year's Grammys. To be honest, this year's Grammys were okay, I guess. I feel like they get more boring each year. And I think that's because a lot of the big stars just don't come anymore. I think the thing is, when it comes to the Grammys, is they've just lost their momentum when you watch the show. Like when I watch the show, I love watching the performances because it's a Grammy performance, you know? Like they're usually the best of the best, and I feel like each year they get lazier and lazier. Like there's one in the show that's good and like Grammy worthy, and then after that it's like, okay. And what was up with all the tributes this year? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm here for tributes. Let's give it to Dolly. Let's give it to Motown. What was the other one? But it's like, to do all that in one year, like it felt messy. It wasn't cute. Especially if you're gonna do a tribute, like Motown, it's gonna be led by Jennifer Lopez. That would be like having a rap tribute led by Carly Rae Jepsen. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I have the riser part. I'm gonna glue it together real quick. I got this really cool glue. It's Craft Bond from Elmer's. Ooh, disappearing purple spray adhesive. Wow. Oh my god, this smells awful. What is in this? Also, I've talked about this before when it comes to Grammys, when it comes to awards. How do they give out the awards? I'm still confused to this day because I've asked you guys and no one has given me an answer. Like, I'm genuinely asking here. Is it based on sales? Is it based on quality? Is it all of the above? Like, who knows? I don't even think the Grammy Association knows at this point. I really hope this doesn't look like complete trash. Anyway, so let's talk more about this year specifically, moments that happened that people are very upset about. So one of the big ones I could think of off the top of my head is the whole, what was it, rap album of the year, which is the one that Invasion of Privacy won. Personally, not my favorite project. Ooh, that's really loud, huh? The amount of green that is everywhere, oh my god, it looks like Shrek's swamp. Honestly, Shrek is a great movie. Fairy Godmother's ND number deserved a Grammy. We want to make sure she's secure. One of us in this room should be. Let's get back to what I was talking about with rap album of the year. But the whole thing was about Mac, right? Because they flew out his parents to the award show. But the more I thought about it, you know, this was the whole issue when that whole leak happened about who won, and they said, well, we don't know who wins until we open the envelope on stage. So if they're sticking to that story, of course, they don't know if Mac won or not. So they still invite the parents to be there. If we're thinking in that same sense, then the only people who would go to the Grammys are the people that win. Which, honestly, at this point, I'm okay with. Because watching Rihanna, well, I'm not actually, because watching Rihanna get drunk at the Grammys with her flask when Anti lost was like giving me life. If I was able to drink at that time, I would have been right there with her. Oh, and then a lot of people were mad about Golden Hour winning Album of the Year. I'm not into to that sound. I know people have told me, they're like, even if you don't like Yeehaw, like it's an album that you like, but the few I've listened to, it's just not my thing. However, I'm not gonna make fun of it or sit here and be like, who's Casey or this or that, because I know that album means a lot to people, and that was that was an album with me that a lot of people don't like. You know, you have your healing albums, and apparently she healed a lot of people in this world. Personally, though, if we're asking questions, I really wanted Dirty Computer to win. Janelle Monáe did the damn thing. Did you not see her performance? I think you did. Oh, it's not dry. Okay, what's the next part we can start building? I guess the next part would be like the horn. Not the horn. What would you call that? We're gonna call it a horn. So the closest I could get, I bought this, right? I'm probably gonna have to trim it a little bit, but I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that. So this is supposed to be the horn part. Ugh. I really don't want to trim it. Oh my god, this is gonna go awful. Oh, I'm ruining it! Okay, that's gonna be the bottom because I'm ruining it. I have to commit now, right? Oh my god, that's funny. That's not what I was trying to do. But you know what? It's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Can't have a mental breakdown over this. I've already had too many. Oh, hello, BTS, my babes. I know a lot of you are gonna be like, ew, oh my god, K-pop. Just bear with me for a second, okay? Because it's pretty freaking cool that they got to go to the Grammys and present and be the first Korean band to be on the Grammy stage. Like, that's really cool. And when they presented best R&B album, right? Which her won, which I was really happy about. Which, I didn't realize that she's half Filipino. Like, hello, Asian representation. I think that's the most Asian representation the Grammys has ever had. But that's a whole different story. Okay, you know what? You know what, girl, it's good enough for me. Let's see, what other snubs have there been? The biggest one I can think of at the moment is Lemonade. That was such a moment in pop culture. Oh my god, another snub, Melodrama. Hello? I'm still not over that Melodrama did not win anything. Were we listening to the same album? Obviously not. But it just reminded me, remember how last year the director, the irony! Oh my god, last year the director was talking about, well, you know, because they got so much BS for not having women nominated and then not giving any women basically any award. And then the director was like, well, you know, maybe they should just step it up next year. I can't wait for Taylor to be releasing an album because we know she's gonna be nominated, which, don't get me wrong, Reputation she was a number. But just the fact that he was like, if we nominate Taylor Swift, like, that'll be enough. No! What? To this year, pretty much women dominating the scene, which just made me really happy. And I'm pretty sure Dua even called him out on that too. Oh my god, speaking of, her performance literally screamed gay rights. So this is what we have so far. It kind of looks like the Pixar. Because I don't really know how to do the edge, and honestly, I've butchered this enough trying. So what we're gonna do is not try. I'm like, we're not trying to actually, well, we are trying to make a Grammy. What am I saying? I'm trying to make myself feel better is what I'm saying. We could do something like that, right? So let's tilt this. It was funny, when I was getting this and I was telling my mom what I was doing and what I was getting, she was like, don't you think you should maybe get a second one of these just in case you mess up? And I was like, nah, you know what? It's okay. I believe in myself, and if I mess up, it just adds to the charm of it. Boy, does my mother know me way too well. Is this still not glued down? Oh, I'm getting a refund right now. You know what was another snub from this year? Love Lies. Where was that nomination? I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm assuming I'm gonna have to hold this for a minute. Oh, my favorite part is coming up. Like, why won't this stick? The glue won't dry. Do you guys, look at this. It's supposed to be purple and then it dries white. Does that look white to you? No, I don't think so. I'm suing everybody for emotional damage because I'm mad, so. You know what, I'm just gonna have to like do that. Oh, this is pathetic. I love it, okay. Ultra strong bond. Multi-purpose, dries clear, permanent, no tacky overspray residue, acid free. I don't know about that because this is smelly. Who are we suing at this point? The Grammys or this glue company? Get your lawyers together. I mean, from that way, it doesn't look bad, right? Like, that's all we really care about. So, while that dries, I'm gonna get my glue together. My paint. Wow, am I high? I'm telling you, there's something in that spray, so. Okay, I'm gonna finish painting this part and then I will get back to you guys in a second. All right, it has been a few days actually since I have last seen you. I'm sorry for the way that I look. I'm gonna go run some errands and this and that. So, I finished my Grammy, but let me tell you, it has been a struggle. I mean, for certain angles, it looks okay. Others, it's like, it looks like a glorified cannon, but it's okay. So, without further ado, let me present the Grammy. And the Grammy goes to everybody who deserves one. Like, from a certain angle, it kind of actually looks kind of good. Like, not to toot my own horn, but anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It was a little different. We kind of had an arts and crafts moment. It was fun. If you guys want me to do other things, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe some suggestions. I don't know. Keep them coming my way. I love you guys. Remember to take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.